Hi guys, welcome to episode 3 of the BWF1 podcast. Today we're going to be talking about the upcoming Azerbaijan GP. We'll also share our predictions for the race weekend and how everything will pan out over the weekend. We'll also bring in you our hot takes for the race.
It's a big race for Mercedes to get out of their bad form, their recent bad form.
Yeah, the last 3 races they haven't got a single podium.
Yeah.
And coming into the halfway mark of the season, they were really strong.
Yeah. And then they seem to have fallen off of a cliff.
Yeah.
Have they made any upgrades yet?
No, I don't think so.
So that might be what's holding them back.
Yeah. It's also a big race for Leclerc to really show that he's still, like, that one-off race in Monza wasn't like a fluke to
Yeah, that
McLaren.
He's still up and coming and, like, no,
Yeah.
not up and coming, but, like, that he's still good
The
enough.
Ferrari are still there.
Yeah. And Ferrari can actually keep their third place in the...
Yeah, which I think they will.
Yeah,
now.
you would hope so. That
Yeah.
it would be a bit shocking if they didn't, and it would be bad for Ferrari if they didn't.
Yeah. This isn't about the Azerbaijan GP, but I'm thinking Aston Martin aren't going to do any more upgrades
That they don't
on the
need
season.
to.
I just don't think they will, because
They don't
they're going to focus on next year's car for Adrian Newey.
Yeah.
And they're kind of in a land of their own. They're comfortably ahead of RB, but miles off Mercedes.
Yeah, I mean they don't. At this point, they don't need to push the drivers or the car with crashing out or anything. They don't need to do that type of stuff, because if they do, they're basically putting at risk their car for the rest of this season, which they can build another one, like rebuild another one, but it's also just money that they could spend on something else.
It's also a big race for Franco Colapinto to prove that he's not a crash-friendly driver, because Monza, it's arguably the easiest track on the calendar. And then we go to arguably one of the hardest tracks on the calendar.
Yeah.
And it's just, if he crashes during practice, quali, which is fine, it's only his second race. But they're going to try and he's going to have to make it up back in the race if...
Yeah, he needs to do that, because otherwise
he needs to show
Logan Sargent
he needs to show potential.
Yeah. And Logan Sargent, I know he has nothing to do with the team anymore, but they could be looking at if they made the right decision or not. Because I mean, he came 12th, but he didn't score any points, which Sargent hasn't scored any points. So really, they're looking at if they really made the right decision or not.
Yeah, but it's his first race.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, if he doesn't score points from here on out,
well,
you basically haven't made an upgrade. Even if he finishes 11th, they still technically, by the look of it, haven't made an upgrade.
Yeah. We'll head on to our race predictions now.
Yep.
In P20, I've got the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. He's a... DNF, yes. He's a very crash-happy driver.
Yeah, and I feel like it would be a tricky race.
And
with such a tight circuit.
Baku is similar to Jeddah, and we all know what happened there.
Yeah.
I just don't think he's going to be able to be consistent enough to drive around the streets of Baku for 50-ish laps and not crash once.
Yeah. I mean, it's tricky for anyone to do that, like any normal driver to do that. Like, I'm not saying that Stroll is a good driver, but I'm saying that it is a difficult track for people to drive around, and that's why for my P20, I've got Bearman with his DNF. Because they don't drive F2.
At Baku, I don't think.
So he will have no race
no race experience
at Baku.
But then you look at Piastri last year. He hadn't raced it at Belgium for 3 years.
Yeah.
And he dominated Lando Norris through the entire weekend.
Yeah, but I mean Belgium's not as hard as Baku is for his second race ever in an F1 car, and also it's different to a Ferrari.
Yeah,
it will be a Haas that is okay, but
just a midfield car.
Yeah, so it will be a bit different for him to get used to it.
Yeah. P19, I've got another DNF, and that is Sergio Perez. Once king of the streets.
Yep.
Now, just king of the nothingness.
King of bad.
Yeah, king of bad in a top car. He's lost all confidence, and that's not helping him whatsoever.
Yeah. And do you reckon this is after this race?
I think if it's a big crash and it costs Red Bull
and it's his
money
fault,
and it's his, or it doesn't really matter.
Well, because
it could
somebody could just drive into
it. If it is his fault and it's major damage, I think that could be the race where it's officially done and dusted.
And I would assume at this stage in the season, they would probably bring, I know Ricciardo hasn't been doing the best, but they'd probably bring someone like Ricciardo in because they know that the car would be safe in his hands.
Yeah.
Because there's no point bringing a new person this late. I know Pinto just came in, but it's different because he's trusted with the car.
But the thing is, if they bring in Liam Lawson, Isaac Hadjo, any one of their junior drivers, where's Perez going? He's not bad enough to get dropped.
Yeah.
He's not that bad.
I feel like he would get dropped to RB.
Yeah.
For Ricciardo or Tsunoda. But it's probably more likely that Ricciardo would go over Tsunoda.
Yeah.
Yes. So Red Bull just don't view
Tsunoda
as somebody to come up.
I think Red Bull, if they bring Tsunoda up, it's going to be a bit of like a 2019 Pierre Gasly sort of thing.
Yeah.
Where if they're bringing up, he's been really good in the bottom team, in the sister team, but then once he's got that chance in the big Tomahawk,
good car.
Yeah, the good car, he's just cannot perform.
And Red Bull have proven that it's capable of a race win this season. So there's there's no reason why Verstappen shouldn't be winning. I think McLaren have just been dominating with their car.
Yeah, and also it's very unlikely for Tsunoda to get moved up in the recent future, in a next couple of races, because the last 2 races he's finished P17.
Yeah.
So it just hasn't been a good start to the second half of the season for him.
I mean, it's not like Ricciardo scored points, but I feel like this late in the season, it's kind of end of season, with Perez or Ricciardo not really in the title fight at all.
Yeah.
They could bring somebody who would assist Verstappen. And I think if Verstappen had a say in it, he would want Ricciardo because they were good friends at Red Bull.
Until Baku.
Yeah.
2018.
Yeah.
How ironic.
But I mean, but that was young Verstappen and kind of young Ricciardo. I know not as young, but
still in his 20s.
Yeah, still a driver learning his way around the grid.
Your P19 is?
Bottas. Just
DNF or no?
No, I don't reckon DNF. I think it's just Sauber. They've just been shocking this year, to be honest.
You just got to be praying they've been looking into next year's car.
I think they can only look into next year's car. There's no reason why they would be looking at this year's car. They haven't even scored a point yet. And
I think it's going to stay that way, honestly. P18, Also a DNF is the other Sauber, Joe Guan Yu. It's just he's been consistently bad.
Yep.
I just don't think I don't expect anything from him.
Yep.
Not much to say really.
Yep. Just like nothing good.
Nothing. Just nothing.
Yep. For my P18, I've got Calapinto. I say this is making Williams think. I know it's only his second race, but Williams will be thinking.
A bit of a fallback to reality it is.
Yeah, that for Calapinto and also Williams, that he is still a young driver in his second F1
that
race.
Needs to still develop and get his ways around.
They still need to learn his way around the car.
P17, not a DNF, is the Alpine of Esteban Ocon. Just a stinker.
Yep.
Think he might have contact with a Sonoda or a Gasly, and he doesn't. Neither of the drivers he connects with DNFs, but he's going to be hit hard with front wing damage, and he's going to have to pit like three times compared to the one or two.
For my P17, I've got Joe Guan Yu.
Yeah.
I say it's just Sauber just not providing.
It's just, Sauber just being horrible.
Yeah.
As always.
Yeah.
P16, the second racer, Ollie Behrman. I think he's going to keep his feet and not crash.
Yeah.
But because he's in that Haas and he's never had experience with a midfield car, he's going to just be bad.
A bit of a back to reality that
Yeah.
not every F1 car is the same. And
Yeah.
that compared to F2 where all the cars are relatively similar, that there is a difference in the cars in F1. That you have your top 10 and you have your bottom 10.
Yeah.
My P16 is Alex Albon.
Yep.
I don't know what to say about that.
Even after the upgrades they brought in.
Yeah. I still think it's not.
And the points last race weekend.
Yeah, I think they kind of got a bit lucky, to be honest.
Really? No.
I like there's still the skill of driving, but that there was.
Yeah,
just
I guess you could say that.
Yeah.
P15 for me is Valtteri Bottas. Just
Are you saying that's a good race for me?
it's not a good race,
but
he's comfortably quicker than Joe and Behrman behind him.
Yeah, but I mean,
But like the Sauber is a lot slower than the Williams, and that's who I have next, which is Colapinto.
For my P15, I've got Ocon. Again, I don't
Alpine.
really know what to say about it, but it's
Alpine.
just not the car or
It's not.
anything like that they want.
Yeah. Your P14?
My P14,
Yes.
Pierre Gasly.
Alpine. 15, 14.
1-2 in that sense.
1-2 in the
14th and
back
15th.
grid.
Yeah. Your P14.
Colapinto.
So a decent race in.
Solid race. Keeping his feet a lot quicker than the Sauber of Bottas. Like quicker than the Sauber of Bottas because it's a Sauber.
Yeah.
But slower than the cars ahead of him. P13.
Sonoda.
Yep.
I say, in a way, 13th isn't bad. That's only 3 off the points. But it's still not good enough for.
Yeah. For someone that's meant to be the next big thing if he had a chance.
And I think it's not enough for if Perez crashes in your eyes.
Yeah.
That it's not that kind of thing of
not enough.
choose the person who's maybe not scoring points, but is doing better than their teammate and is raced there before.
Yeah.
In like Ricardo would probably be the person they choose in the way of
Yeah.
he's experienced with Red Bull, like as a team,
Yeah.
being in their team.
Yeah.
Experienced driver with many different cars. Not in a title race. Like he doesn't have the points to. There's no reason for him to push Verstappen or any of the other cars.
Yeah.
And a trusted driver who can help Verstappen
Yeah,
with the
completely.
title race and constructors with Red Bull.
Yeah. P13 for me is Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
Alpine, honestly.
Yeah.
There's not much to say, really.
Yeah.
P12, Daniel Ricciardo.
Yeah.
Just getting outperformed by his teammate, but
By one position.
still a good race.
Yeah. My P12, this is a bit shocking for most people, but it's Verstappen.
Wow. Max Verstappen.
I say what happens there is that he gets some front wing damage in the castle section of Baku.
Sprint race last year, maybe?
Yeah.
George Russell?
Yeah. Where he gets that damage and it's not what they want, and it's a. I know he's had a fall back to reality a bit now recently, but this is the kind of wake up. You're not gonna score points every day, like every race.
Too far fetched to sort of get back into the race and get a solid finish.
Because he would have, and I'm saying it's kind of like a Leclerc in Austria, where he pits 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Just for the strategy of science, so that they know which tyres are providing on the circuit. Because he pitted every 20 laps or something.
Yeah.
Which
less
isn't good. He finished 15th or something.
Yeah.
But he was able to provide science with tyres and what's working and what's not.
P11, I've got Yuki Tsunoda. Just outperforming his teammate in Daniel Ricciardo, but just missing out of the points as well. But just a solid race. Bit of a get back from the last 2 weekends, but just average.
Yeah.
What you expect out of him.
Yeah. My P11, I got Hülkenberg. I say it's nothing special.
Yeah.
It's just out of the points, but in the sense of Haas, it's fine.
It's just Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
Having a good race and not a good car.
Yeah. A good race.
In Haas's eyes.
Yeah.
P10, I've got Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
Backing him to use a bit of his experience to maintain a points scoring position.
In Baku.
That
he would have experienced Baku
more than any other driver.
Aside from
no one.
Yeah, but I mean the other person who also have experience at Baku will also be Hamilton.
Yeah. But you always got to expect Hamilton to be good.
My P10 is Ricardo.
Outperforming Max Verstappen.
Yeah.
Wow. Just a great race, honestly.
Yeah, it scores points, which he hasn't done in a little while now.
Yeah.
Um,
He consistently has been outperforming his teammate.
My P9, Sergio Perez. One better than Ricardo.
But nothing.
It's not.
It's not
he's
showing.
one better than Ricardo in a dominant
in a
Red Bull.
2 times faster car.
Yeah.
My P9 back in the points, back-to-back races for the first time all year is Alex Albon.
Yeah, interesting.
The Williams it's a lot quicker now.
Yeah.
Because of their first major upgrade of the year.
Yeah.
And I just think he's going to keep that performance going. He's a very reliable driver. And I think that he's just going to have a good race, keep his foot in and just stay where he is.
My P8 is Alonso, kind of for the same reason as you, with him being P10. Just the experience
Just a reliable,
that he has
reliable driver
in the Aston Martin that he would be able to provide at Baku consistently.
My P8 is Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
Just a great race, honestly. Nowhere near as quick as the top 4 cars of Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren and Red Bull.
Yeah, but I mean he's in a Haas, so what are you supposed to expect?
He's comfortably, he's just edges out Alex Albon in the Williams.
Yep, 100%.
P7, I've got Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Just solid race weekend, not quicker than the Mercs, but comfortably P7, 5 seconds off P6, but then 20 seconds ahead of P8. So just a boring race for him.
Yeah. My P7, I got Lance Stroll.
Wow.
One better than his teammate. I think Aston Martin, with Adrian Newey coming, will be hoping that Aston Martin provides something in the way of points that they can show that.
Yeah, Stroll's really going to have to step up his game.
Yeah.
If Aston Martin want to be a World Constructors Champions.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
possible.
But in a couple of years.
With the one driver on the other side of the garage, it's very possible, but with the second one, it's not in my eyes. Yeah. P6, I've got the first Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. Just Mercedes, they're not as good anymore, and I just think
they're slowly just falling.
They're just slowly falling away.
My P6, I've got Carlos Sainz. Not a bad race, but not good. Not top 5.
Yeah. P5, I've got George Russell.
I do as well.
Just outperformed his teammate for me.
Yeah.
And just solidly staying
top 5.
Staying consistent.
Yeah.
P4 now.
I got Leclerc. I'm saying in the sense of consistency for Ferrari, it shows that he has consistency.
Yeah.
And that he can go back-to-back good races. It's not a podium, but it's not a bad race.
Yeah.
Your P4?
My P4 is Max Verstappen.
Just out of the podium?
Just out of the podium. The Red Bull's been losing pace by the minute.
Yep.
To that McLaren. And I think there's one other driver that will be quicker than him because they have a better qualifying.
Yep. My P3 is Hamilton. Yep. I think it's the breakthrough of this second half of the season that Merc need.
Yeah, a bit of
that they can show that they are still there.
Bit of a comeback race.
Yeah, that they're still alive and know what to do.
Yeah. P3, I've got Oscar Piastri. Just great race. Just beating Verstappen, but not enough to beat my next driver, who is Charles Leclerc.
Yeah. And I guess in the way you're putting him there, that he has consistency. That he can go back-to-back good race weekends.
Yeah.
For my P1 and P2, given it's a 1-2, Piastri and Norris, I say Piastri helps. I'm saying it's team orders at how McLaren get their win. Because there was talk in the F1. Well, McLaren came out and said they will be shoving Norris first.
Yeah, P1, I've also got Norris.
Yep. He needs that win.
He needs that win.
For constructors and his own personal world champion.
For constructors and drivers, because...
This is our qualifying predictions together for our first P20. We've got Joe Granu. He's
been there consistently all year.
Yeah.
Like Robert Kubica in 2019. P19, Ollie Behrman.
Yep. Not good at all.
But can't really expect much.
Yeah.
For P18, we've got Franco Colapinto.
Yep.
He was there last week, I think.
Yeah.
Or last race weekend.
Yeah.
I think he'll be there again. P17, Valtteri Bottas.
Yeah.
Just Sauber not being quick. P16, got Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
Just missing out on Q2. P15, Lance Stroll. Just not quick enough. Not what they want. But in your eyes, make up in the race.
I mean, he should make up in the race.
Yeah, he needs to. P14, we've got Alex Albon.
Yep.
Solid, but P13 is Fernando Alonso.
Yep.
The Aston Martin's not quick at all. It's fallen off a cliff since last year.
Yeah.
Now on to P12, we've got Sergio Perez. Missing Q3.
Yep.
You can't really say much about it. It's just him being bad. P11, we've got Nico Hulkenberg. Just missing out on Q3. P10, we've got Yuki Tsunoda.
Yep.
Good, but not good compared to his teammate. P9 is Carlos Sainz. Good. Not really good, but just at least he made the top 10. P8 is George Russell. And his teammate is in P7, Lewis Hamilton.
Yep.
P6 is Oscar Piastri.
Yep.
Good, not great. P5, Daniel Ricciardo. Amazing qualifying for him.
Yeah. What RB and Red Bull are looking for.
Yeah.
In a way.
P4 now, we've got Max Verstappen.
Just out of the top 3.
Just out of the top 3.
Second
row still.
Yeah.
P3, Lando Norris.
Yeah. Just out of the front row.
And
you saying hundredths of a second that he misses out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Qualifying's always that close.
Yeah.
P2, this is arguably the hottest take ever in history of hot takes. Esteban Ocon.
In P2. Yeah.
I mean, in the race, he's only going to fall down, but...
He just kind of gets lucky with his qualifying.
He bags a lap, and everyone else gets blocked.
You're saying it's a wet weather lap?
Yeah.
That everyone's a bit more slower.
He gets out early when it's light rain, and then it starts pissing down.
And everyone's time to slow down.
And everyone's going slower and slower.
Yep.
So that means P1, we have none other than Ferrari Charles Leclerc.
Yep.
Pole position, great race.
Yep.
Great weekend overall.
Yep.
All right.
Now on to our hot takes.
This is just over the weekend. Ricardo, quali's top 5, as we just said. You've got McLaren as a 1-2.
Yep. Verstappen has a shocking race.
Yeah, just in your eyes, he just does not perform. And then in my eyes, I've got Alex Albon scoring points once again. Well, that ends it all, guys, on our takes about the Azerbaijan GP. Thanks everyone for tuning in to watch our 3rd episode, and we'll see you again in a week's time at the Singapore Grand Prix. Goodbye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.